Okay, if you're a student, I'm willing to bet the word research makes you want to groan. But what if we could change that? Today, we are going to build an absolutely killer two-step AI workflow that basically acts like your own personal research team. And the best part? It is 100% free. Let's get into it. Does this sound a little too familiar? Yeah, I think we've all been there. You've got, 20 browser tabs open, your essay is half written, and you get that sinking feeling that you've totally lost the one perfect source you needed. It is just total chaos. But that chaos, we're about to make it a thing of the past. Especially for first-year university students, that jump to academic-level research can feel, brutal. All of a sudden, you're facing this flood of information. You have no idea which sources you can actually trust, and you end up wasting hours just trying to get organized before you can even think about writing. And look, these problems are pretty much universal for students right now. You're constantly worried that some AI is just going to invent a fake source. You've got the sheer headache of organizing notes from dozens of different PDFs, and the frustration when a so-called student tool locks its best features behind a paywall. It's stressful, but trust me, there is a much, much better way. So the solution here isn't one magic tool, it's actually a combination of two really powerful ones. The best way to think about them is as your specialized AI research assistants. One is a world-class explorer, and the other is a world-class analyst who's an expert on your personal library. And it is absolutely crucial to understand that they have very different jobs. First, you use Perplexity AI to go out and explore the live internet. It finds new sources and gives you answers with real citations. Then, you take those trusted sources over to Google's Notebook LM for the deep analysis. Because it only works with the files you give it, it literally can't make things up. This separation is the secret to avoiding those dreaded AI hallucinations. And listen, this is probably the best part, especially if you're on a student budget. This whole professional-grade workflow is going to cost you exactly zero. Nada. Not a free trial that expires, just free. Now, let's actually see how it works. All right, let's build this out, starting with step 1, discovery. For this part, we use Perplexity. I want you to think of it as your super trustworthy research partner, the one that always shows its receipts. See, a regular search engine just throws a list of links at you, right? Perplexity does something different. It actually reads the top results and synthesizes them into a single, easy-to-read summary for you. And this is the most important part. Every single claim is linked directly to its source. It's an answer engine, not just a search engine. Honestly, the process couldn't be simpler. You ask your research question just like you would in Google. Perplexity fires back with a concise answer, and you'll see these little numbered citations right next to each sentence. Your only job is to click those links, make sure the sources are credible, and save the best ones. Okay, now this is a huge deal. As a student, you can verify your status and get the Perplexity Pro plan, which normally costs $20 a month, for an entire year, completely free. That is a $240 value, giving you access to their most powerful features without ever having to touch your wallet. And this Pro plan is seriously powerful. You get unlimited Pro searches, and trust me, these dig way deeper than the standard ones. You get a special study mode that's optimized for academic work, and you can even upload your own files to be included in the search. It's an incredible toolkit just for discovery. Okay, so you've used Perplexity to gather this awesome collection of high-quality articles and PDFs. Now what? Now you bring them to your personal analyst, Notebook LM. This is where you go from just collecting information to actually understanding it. This tool is a perfect example of something called grounded AI. What that means is Notebook LM builds its knowledge base exclusively from the sources you give it. Your lecture notes, the PDFs you found, your textbook chapters. It becomes an expert on your material, which means its answers are always relevant and, more importantly, accurate to your studies. And the workflow here is just as easy. You create a new notebook for your essay or exam topic, you upload all those great sources you found with Perplexity, and then you just start asking questions. Hey, explain the key arguments in these papers, or create a study guide based on my lecture notes. It really is like having a personal tutor. And check this out. Here's a total killer feature. Audio overview. Notebook LM can take your dense, boring research papers and generate a short, conversational, podcast-style discussion about them, complete with 2 different AI voices. It's an amazing way to review material while you're walking to class or at the gym. And just so you don't have to worry about hitting some weird limit, Notebook LM's free plan is incredibly generous. You can have up to 100 different projects with up to 50 sources in each one. For pretty much any university course, this is more than enough space to organize all of your work for the whole semester.
So now we have our two specialists, the explorer and the analyst. The final step is just putting them together into one seamless workflow that will save you dozens of hours and, frankly, help you produce much better work.
So here it is, the complete game plan. Step 1, discover new stuff with Perplexity. Step 2, download your verified, high-quality sources. Step 3, upload all of them into a focused Notebook LM project. And step 4, ask Notebook LM to analyze, summarize, and synthesize all that information until you deeply understand the topic.
And the payoff for this is huge. You're not just working faster, you're working smarter. Your arguments are going to be way stronger because they're built on a solid foundation of verified sources you've actually cross-referenced. You're not just skimming anymore, you're developing a genuine understanding. And that leads to better essays, better exam results, and way less stress. Seriously, the old barriers to doing high-level research have completely crumbled. With this workflow, you now have a free, unbelievably powerful AI research team right at your fingertips. So the only question left is, what big questions are you going to tackle first?